You know, you've had obviously playing sport for so long, and that kind of sport, obviously so many impacts to the head, but yet, you know, so we'll say you've had many concussions, concussive forces, many. But looking at your eye tracking in detail the other day, as you and I did, your eye tracking was really spot on for most of it. So this is remarkable. Here's someone who's been exposed to a lot of head impacts in the sport for 22 years. And then their brain is working really well. How can I say that? Because I saw his eye tracking, and that tells me about your brain, and his is spot on. So all of the teaching and training he's done has been an improvement in his brain function. Welcome to the NeuroCollective Podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Michael Bagnell, and with my wife, May Bagnell, we are excited to have you join us as we explore the transformative world of functional neurology, mindset coaching, and functional medicine. Our mission is to provide valuable insights and practical solutions for those who are passionate about neuroscience, alternative health, and holistic wellness.
Welcome back to the NeuroCollective Podcast. We are here with another episode, excited to bring you more information on neurology, how to best live your best life, how to heal, how to understand more about your brain and your body. Today, we're in the studio with a special guest, Franco LoCoco, and we're going to learn something about him. But we first want to say bienvenidos a todos que están aquí como clientes o amigos de Franco. Bienvenido, Franco.
Muchísimas gracias, May. Thank you very much, May and Michael. I'm really happy and excited to be here with you.
Yeah, all the way from Argentina. So we have a guest from South America here who is well-versed in brain, eyes, training, sports background. We're going to hear about all those things as we get into this today. So Franco, I'd love to start out by just you giving us your background growing up and how you got involved in sports. And I'll give you the freedom to kind of go in that direction, but we'd love to hear your backstory. So if you could, please tell us about yourself.
So, well, I come from the sports world. I was a professional rugby player for about 22 years in Italy, and then became a coach also, because meanwhile you are playing, you also stay in the club and try to give your experience to other boys, and I like it so much. So I began a coaching life also in the beginnings of the 2000. So I have maybe 22 years of playing and another 25 of coaching in rugby. So my life was all in the rugby world. Mm-hmm. So then I just go into the neuroscience of sports and try to understand more how to make my boys and my athletes to be better in their sports, and try to learn more myself about how our brain works, our nervous system works. Mm-hmm. So that was my first approach with all of these words and fantastic of our brain.
I mean, I love that. I'm curious as to, here you have this background in sports, 22 years in rugby, lots of concussions in rugby. We know that, so many. You have this history. Then you decide you're going to coaching. You want to improve your guys, the boys there, and help them perform better. But not everyone would think about the brain. They might think about, I'm going to work on strength, improvement. I'm going to work on flexibility improvement or speed and strength combo. I'm going to work on really improving the endurance model for athletes. But you decide you want to go into how the brain and nervous system work. What was the little catalyst there?
Well, first of all, you have, when you are a coach, you have maybe 40 or 50 players or boys or athletes to talk with, and to try to make them learn how to play or how to do just a play. And that's very difficult, because you have 30 different perceptions of the world in that moment. and different kind of this moment is different for each one. So you need to be very clear and very very good to show how to learn, how to teach them to do the thing. So I think first on psychology, my first book was of psychology of teaching, but it was difficult for me. Okay, then I went to a course of vision training, but just to go there and understand something, and that was the moment it changed it all, because I understand that our brain, and for sports people, the first thing is to see the play, to see, to read the game, to understand the word. First of all, you must understand what happened. And that's all about vision.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, I love that the first book that you read was on psychology. I feel like that is so important. No matter what industry we're in, I think understanding ourselves and understanding people that we serve or train or coach in this case, is only improved by the fact that we understand human dynamics. Yeah. So I appreciate that you did that. That's very much, in my wheelhouse. I love that. And the mindset that is important for someone to heal and to recover their body. And we talk a lot about, I know you work with athletes, but working with everyday people. I had a coach years ago of mine who called all of us athletes. We weren't actually doing a sport, but she said, you are an athlete. She was training us in strength training. And that mindset of being an athlete, even though I wasn't one in sports per se, shifted my perception in how I fueled my body and how I trained my body versus I'm dieting and I'm exercising. Very different perception. And so I appreciate that you had the mindset to understand your players here first, right? And then came the vision, right? The vision training, which of course the eyes are directly connected to the brain. So that's super powerful.
Yeah. That's very good. Mindset is such a key component. All right. So let's talk about this. You go to this vision training class, workshop, conference, and you're like, that's it. This is the thing. So tell me more about that. Why? Well, obviously you said vision. It's actually, we're visually dominant creatures, right? So
yes, we did some exercise, some simple exercise that was terrifying. So terrifying that in your reaction time was so not so clear, because in my world, in my rugby field, I have no problems about anything. But when you are out of there and you are trying to decide blue or red, or jumping, or going down, or left or right, foreign stimuli that goes so quickly, and your reaction time are shocked. Okay, they are not so clear what you are doing. So the thing was, what happened to me, how I can react better in the stimuli I get, and why my body is not reacting sometimes. Okay, why I think so much in that.
Yeah.
So that's my first thing to say, wow, here I need to know and to train more in that.
Yeah.
And that was the beginning. So and then I understand that our nervous system controls all, and how we can get all that integration about what happens around us and inside us, and understand also that as much quick you get the stimuli outside, you can be quicker in your movements. So, but that depends of a great training of your vision and info processing inside your brain.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this is so good. I mean, if it's good for athletes, then we know that it's usually good for the average person on some other level, right? So it can reduce the risk of falling. It could improve, like we talked about, cognition and sharpness and processing speed. I mean, these things are all part of the, the outflow of what we usually and often learn through athletic training in the brain, neuroscience. That usually spills over into the regular society. I mean, all of the activities we have here, like you and I were going over last week, the fast movements to targets and to reaction time. This is all derived from sports, right? It's all derived from sports. So you got further into vision. You said, okay, now I see where we need to go. Literally, you needed to see. And then you developed the vision sticks, right? The vision sticks, which I have a set
Yes.
here, which I love these things. You got me some new ones. So tell us about the vision sticks and the training, the evolution of that.
Well, first of all, I have some charts, visual charts that some optometrists use, and they have symbols and colors and letters and numbers that will assign to some movements or some decision making. And I was using this kind of charts to my training. I was in 2018 in America Top Team in Coconut Creek. This is one of the most famous UFC or MMA gyms in the world. There was such a great talent there. I was following one Italian girl. She was Mara Romero Borella. She was just the first and the unique girl that fights in the UFC.
Wow.
In our history. Okay. And I was following her, and we have the charts and the balls and the lights. Okay. But one day, the gym get closed for several days because there was a problem in the gym with some bath. The pumps blows and there was water everywhere. So we need to understand how to train outside or anywhere with the same things, not having the charts or any place to take the stimuli. So I went to a $1 shop, and I take some rulers, okay, and I get some sticks and I put them in the rulers, and there was the first vision sticks I did.
Love that.
Wow.
Yes, to get a stimuli, but also I understood that visual abilities were better with those sticks, with the movements of view, and the versatility of using them everywhere. You are in a plane, you can use cognitive or visual skills. You are in a park, you can. You are going everywhere, you can get your vision sticks and works everywhere.
Yeah.
And also, you are more dynamic, so you can use them and move, okay, with the vision sticks in your hands. So you can stimulate vision and cognition and reaction time also and movement. That's the way I think about. And there were a very great development and of that exercise, and then arrive also to you that you are not from the sports world, but you are very neuro rehabilitation. The impact, I understand, it was incredible. You know more about that.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, we really have like overlapping domains, right? We're both working through the visual system. We're both working on the neurocircuitry of the brain. I love that word, the neurocircuitry of the brain, to improve it for performance, like with people that you work with. We have some people like that. We have a kind of people that are trying to recover from conditions, but we're using the visual system to improve brain function in different regions of the brain. So whether it's performance, right, or whether it's and one of those performance things we talked about last week was the new thing that you and I were talking about, which is brand new to us, which is to train at home on your iPhone to train the vision also. And yeah, so we're using the same technology. So I love the mobility of the vision sticks. Now we have the mobility of another device as well, that we can see all these baselines and actually get your eye movements measured while you're training them, and then keep following and tracking the trend lines for improvement. Because as the eye movements improve, reaction times improve, cognition improves, even mood can improve significantly. We've known that. We've seen that in our own center. And so we did some mapping with you. We looked at your eyes. I have to send that to you, by the way. I have to print that out and send it to you, which I'll get that done.
Thank you.
Yeah, and so we measured his eyes, how they were moving, and it's really remarkable when we have this kind of overlap in different types of professions that have, such a commonality as the brain and the eye function.
Franco, just a quick question, as a story of an athlete of yours, I'm sure you have many, but just for the listeners, how can you think of someone who the impact of training their eyes visually, how it affected them in their sport, right? In their ability to perform? Can you think of one particular athlete that you worked on? I'm sure there's many, but that transformation of like before and after, like the difference.
Well, I have two great histories of two women.
Love it, even better.
One was, yeah, I have many of women. I was thinking about much more than women than men.
Okay.
I have three to say quickly. One was a Russian girl that has an hemorrhage, a cavernoma, and he was totally paralyzed for about a year. She went to recovery, but she doesn't want to go out of her room because she feels very bad dazily, very all the things go into her, and she feel uncomfortable. Okay,
Sure.
she was in her room for about 6 months. Okay,
Wow.
she contacted me. She contacted myself, and we practiced with her visual abilities. Just that she was with one eye and not working because of the nervous eye nerves that get involved in her cavernoma, and she was just one. So we work in this one, and then in the peripheral vision she has in the other one. Okay, and in about 4 months of working, she went out of her room and she became a new life. Her name is Svetlana. Okay, and you will find her very easily. Because she became a neurological or a neurotrainer also. She believes so much in what we did that now she became a neurotrainer also.
So powerful.
Okay, it's incredible.
Yes.
Her history is incredible. Another one, she's a hockey player that has an accident playing hockey. She get a stick in her eye and her blows.
Yeah.
So she gets just one eye, and she said, "Okay, I will come back. I want to come back to play." She was 17 years old, and he came to me, and we were together for about 6 months. She was back to play, not only to play better and to get into the first team. And this year, the first team won the championship, and she was playing in there.
Wow, amazing.
And in the second year, she plays again, and she won the second tournament, the second championship. And nobody knows she has just one eye.
Wow.
Okay. And the other one is I have with vision sticks. I'm in, but it's not for me also. It's from vision sticks. She is Adriana Ruano. She is the last gold medal in trap shooting in the Olympic Games. Okay. She works with Ricardo González Ferrada. He is his psychologist. Okay. Well, her history is incredible. She was a artistic Olympic athlete, but she has an injury and the Olympics over. But she say, "I want to go to Olympics to win a medal," and she then takes again a shotgun and shoot that. Okay, incredible. She is the first gold medal in Guatemala, in the history of Guatemala.
Wow.
And not only that, she is the world record now, the Olympic record of shooting from the last Paris. Okay, and this is, I don't know, fantastic. Okay,
amazing. Yes, that's amazing. And this is why the stories matter, right? The stories matter so much because what we believe and what we say all the time is that we want to help people get back to their life, whatever those goals are, right? Whether they're an athlete, whether they're an everyday athlete, or whatever it is they want to get back to being able to do
Right.
different, but being able to get back, right? In some way. And this is everything, right? The mind, I'm pointing to my head for those of the, are not watching us. The mind has to override everything else. And then the belief and understanding with your expertise, right? Someone guiding that person to be able to do the things to retrain the body to function in a new way, but not maybe limited, but in this case, not even limited.
Yeah.
It feels like unlimited, actually.
But the thing is, that incredible thing to work with your eyes, with
Yes.
your vision and your ocular motor system that nobody knows. It has a great impact in your brain.
Yes.
That's what neuroscience are communicating us. That's important of know everything about researching or papers arriving from the world of neurosystem. Okay,
Yes.
and the last thing is to understand, and you know that, but not all the people knows that our nervous system is divided into central nervous system and peripheral nervous system. The
Hmm.
peripheral nervous system is a sensory world, the sensory neurons, okay, that we feel the world with that sensory neurons, and the efferent um,
Hmm.
system, that is motor system from the peripheral peripheral nervous system. But the
Yes.
central nervous system, we believe that was just the brain and the spinal cord. But now the neuroscience said no, the central nervous system are eyes, brain, and spinal cord.
Hmm.
That's a huge information, a huge um, knowledge for any one of us.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's good. That's well said. Yeah. So we can say that training your brain, you're probably going to be using your eyes to really get the best out of it. That's what really you know. That's what I know. Many functional neurologists around the world. But hopefully people listening to this will start thinking, well, okay, I got to figure out how I'm going to train my brain through my eyes. Direct extensions of brain tissue on that retina. So we have to go there. Where do you see your work going now as we look forward in the future here? I know you have connections around the world. Obviously, we talked about the gal from the Russian background and Italy, and so tell us, where do you see yourself going in the next 3 to 5 years with the work and helping more people?
Well, I'm really excited to be part of the teaching world. So I want to desert and want to make know. I want to transform life, or also communicate to anyone that can change their moment of his life right now, working with your brain, but you don't need the best technology to work on that. You just need to know how to work. That's enough. It's simple things. Just to move your eyes left or right or up and down will change something in your brain.
Yes.
That's so easy, and it's so deep impact in your brain.
Yes.
It's for all, for youngs, the
Hmm.
kids, uh, the mature, the older people that also have a gap of um, be better in their life, working just cognitive training, okay, to get better life and thinking cognitive things that we do every day.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, and they could sit in a chair even if you don't have a lot of mobility and be doing things with your eyes and getting that brain active. You're going to say something?
Well, I was just going to say, you're absolutely right. Not only for athletes and adults, but with children, we serve a lot of children that are neurodivergent, right? So they're either have ADHD presenting brains or autism, these things. And by working with the eyes tell us so much about what's happening in the brain. And by working with the eyes, we're able to support their brain, to be more functional in the areas that need support, right?
Yeah.
And so parents then report back that the children are doing better at school. They don't complain about doing homework as much. They enjoy going to school where before they didn't like it. And it wasn't because they didn't like it, it was because they felt badly about themselves and their ability next to their peers, right?
Right.
So now getting their brain functioning and being more alert and awakened and functioning better, now they feel a better sense of their own identity. Going back to psychology, how important understanding how to help someone helps their overall identity and then the choices that they make in their future. I mean, it's very impactful if you really think about what we're all doing here.
Yeah, this is very good. So, how would people reach you? How do they connect with you, my friend? Give us your.
Well, my first communication channel is Instagram. There is no many Franco LoCoco in the world, so you can digit that Franco LoCoco, and I will appear to you showing all the things I do, a lot of exercise, and you can contact me to have more tips or just how to work easily 5-10 minutes a day and really be better and change. I don't say you'll change your life, but you have a better cognitive performance
Yeah.
and in all your day, and understanding more that the problems I have, or any one of us has: no memory, no attention, poor attention, poor focus, having problems in work, having problems at home, trying to teach your teach your kids not to use so many screens or so
Yes.
many smartphones that really are changing our environment, our kind of uh, how we socialize with the others. It's terrible. And not I'm not talking about the physical problems that takes us using smartphones and this technology.
Yeah.
But you know about this is try to just to understand what are the dangerous things that are in technology, just to know and to understand how to work on that.
Yeah.
You've had obviously playing sport for so long, and that kind of sport, obviously, so many impacts to the head, but yet, you know, so we'll say you've had many concussions, concussive forces, many. But looking at your eye tracking in detail the other day, as you and I did, your eye tracking was really spot on for most of it. So this is remarkable. Here's someone who's been exposed to a lot of head impacts in a sport for 22 years, and then their brain is working really well. How can I say that? Because I saw his eye tracking, and that tells me about your brain, and his is spot on. So all of the teaching and training he's done has been an improvement in his brain function.
Mm-hmm.
So do you feel that you have deficits from the concussions over the years, or you don't feel like you're having too much limitation?
Well, I must say that I have some memory problems about not parts of my life, but sometimes I meet ex rugby companions or ex people around the world and say, "Do you remember when we meet in Christmas night?" Maybe I don't remember that night.
Yeah.
Okay, I must say that I have at least four good conclusion. Good to say that they were heavy because I went out the field. So I think I have some of the problems I have in memory. I have no problems in attention. I have no problem in reaction times or reading maybe a play. But I definitely, yes, have
Memory.
some black holes in my memory about it. Sometimes happens with persons. So I know so many persons, but maybe they greet me or they say hello, Franco. I say, where I know you, okay,
Yeah.
and maybe we're working together. Maybe
Yeah.
I don't
Yes.
know, but yes, it happens.
Well, the deficits are very minimal, which is good because you've done a lot of eye-brain training. And so we definitely encourage people to do that. So we really appreciate you coming on, taking your time all the way from Argentina here to be with us.
Yes, yes.
No, I'm so excited about your podcast. You both are great. I follow always you. I know you are working so good. You, Michael, are inspiring me every time.
Oh,
You are working with
very
so
kind.
many, so many problems. I work with good people. Okay, people in health. You are resolving problems of the person and getting health. Some things that are really um, tough for anyone that must recover for TBI or concussion or any nervous disease. So I really love to be with you together, to know each other,
Yes.
and nothing. You can count with me for anything you need, and you always inspire me both. So thank you very much for this moment with you.
Thank you.
Well, thank you. Well, we really appreciate you being here. And we always want to tell our listeners that we always leave them with a word of hope, which we say is that you can heal and we can help.
We can all
We
help.
can help. Thank you. Muchísimas gracias, Franco, por estar con nosotros. Hasta la próxima.
Muchísimas gracias a ustedes. Adiós a todos.
Adiós. Thank you for joining us today on this episode of the NeuroCollective Podcast. We hope you found the insights and strategies shared valuable in your journey towards optimal health and overall well-being. Remember, your support helps us reach more people and make a greater impact. If you enjoyed today's episode, please take a moment to rate our podcast and leave a review. Your feedback not only helps us improve, but also helps others discover the wealth of information we get to offer. Don't forget to share this podcast with your friends and family on your favorite social media networks. Spreading the word allows us to bring holistic and cutting-edge neuroscience insights to even more listeners. Stay tuned to more episodes packed with expert advice, latest research, and practical tips. Remember to also follow us on your social media networks at Bagnell Brain Center across all the social media networks. Until next time, take care of your brain and stay healthy. This is May Bagnell from the NeuroCollective Podcast with Dr. Michael Bagnell, where holistic healing meets cutting-edge neuroscience.